what is the most natural use of the lake? It is for an early morning walk.
Yeah.
And what we realized is that lakes where you had a walking path and you had some basic infra for people to take their morning walk created a sense of ownership. And so what we started doing is to save these lakes, we started actually creating these lake societies,
Okay.
communities,
Oh.
right? So we thought, so and that also has been a maybe a little bit of a learning from my tech world and the other startup world, is to create a system, right, where you can actually build something and then get out of it, right, and not forever uh, be part of the grind. So this whole idea of creating a mechanism to save the lake and to protect the lake over time through these lake societies or lake communities was something that I learned a lot from. That you need to create systemic changes. Just philanthropy or just CSR or just throwing money at something and cleaning the lake one day is not. You come back in a year, it's going to be back to square one. But if you have a community that you can enable as stakeholders and be part of protecting that lake, you have found a solution forever. So that and many other such things that I got involved in Bangalore, got me to this point where urban change or urban creating urban assets and
You
require.
want to spell them out a little?
Yeah, so one of the other big um, problem in any city is the canals that go through the city, right? In every city, there is this stench.
The Raja Kalbais you were talking.
The Raja Kalways, and one of the oldest ones, the K100, is just goes through about 100 meters from where we are sitting, right? So even as a child, I would kind of see it, and it never used to stink, right? There was that stench was not there, but I started realizing that after coming back from the US and the new Bangalore that I came to, all these Raja Kalways had become sewers, basically carrying sewage. They were supposed to be just stormwater drains to carry rainwater, but now there was a mix of rainwater and sewage, and that's how you have this stench in the middle of cities where you have these canals. And of course, we have seen what Singapore has done with its canals, and Amsterdam and some of these places. I mean, these canals actually become prized real estate because they're great places to live next to. And here we have in India these canals where we just want to stay. If you had a house next to the canal, its value would be diminished significantly, right? So I at that point ideated with a friend I knew from my entrepreneurial days in Bangalore, called Naresh. Naresh Narasimhan is an architect. A lot of the buildings.
We've had a great podcast episode with Naresh.
So you said you will hear a lot.
Yeah.
So he will talk about this, but so I will not go very deep into it. But
Yeah.
I at that point in time took it to the chief minister in the state. There's another dimension which we didn't talk about too much. Being from a very old family in Bangalore, there are people in your family who would have gone into politics, and you start getting some connects and leverage from that. I was not using that leverage for becoming a government contractor but I thought I should use that leverage to actually see if I can make some of these big visionary shifts, and you needed somebody to buy into that vision that we can actually transform these Rajakalways to be canals like in other places. So Naresh will go into a lot of detail. But to cut a long story short, we took it to the Chief Minister, and Mr. Yediyurappa was the Chief Minister at that point in time. And he got it, and Vandita Sharma, who was the Development Commissioner at that point in time, and later the Chief Secretary of the State, was immediately got the idea and got supportive. And now this has become a big World Bank supported initiative to transform all the Rajkalways, right? So, and that brings me to this other thought that while you look at something systemic, you need a prototype. You need a what I call as a 0 to 1 or a proof of concept or a product market fit from our world. So you need to do one at some small scale, and because at that small scale, and you need to sometimes bring in philanthropic money to prove that concept at that small scale. If it works, then the government will put in more money, the World Bank, and there are other folks who will come in and whole multilateral organizations will come and invest. Everybody wants, say, urban centers and urban cities to get better and be more livable, but they don't find enough ideas in where to invest money in these cities.
So why don't we dive a bit into Unboxing BLR Foundation? It's, I guess, an important initiative, bringing together a whole lot of things that you want for the city. Would be great for you to sort of articulate for us what is Unboxing BLR Foundation.
Yeah. So while I was doing these experiments in the city or my own projects in the city, I realized that, and I think this happens everywhere, everybody is siloed. Nobody works with anybody. And that to me struck as, it shouldn't be that way, right? I mean, I would go talk to a person X and say, you know what, for this project, wouldn't it be great if we got the expertise of this other person, right? He's an expert in that. Why shouldn't we utilize that person? I said, no. And please don't talk about that person. I can't work with that person. So that's when I actually started intervening in these situations and said, you know what? If we need this drain project to work, this Raj Kalwe project to work, Naresh, you need these other folks also to participate. You need a much broader set of people with a broader set of expertise to really pitch in and make some of these things work.